My family's been in East Africa for over 120 years. I'm a fourth generation. My family went through the 1972 Idi Amin saga. We got kicked out, lost everything, came back to Rwanda in '93. Me, my sister and parents were refugees during the genocide in Rwanda. Luckily came out okay, but unfortunately lost everything again. And that's when I felt like I wanted to and needed to do something. So I quit school when I was 15. I took a $5,000 loan and set up the Mara Group.
So $5,000 loan that you've now turned into a billion-dollar enterprise. How did you do that along the way?
It's, you know, Africa is such an amazing opportunity. However, I think where we're misunderstood is we're looked at as a country and not a continent. And the fact that we have 46 countries in sub-Saharan Africa just shows you that you've got to truly be local, but at the same time operate in a global manner. I was very lucky, and it wasn't by design, it was by default, frankly. The fact that I was traveling around the continent in '96, '97, supplying IT equipment, that gave me a very deep understanding that all of our markets are so unique and different. We've all got our own histories, cultures, politics, parliaments. So it's all about the best of local and the best of global. That
sounds like a difficult web to sort of maneuver around, though, when you're dealing with that many local governments, that many parliaments. How are you able to jump from country to country and still grow just as rapidly?
Frankly, Becky, I think that's the opportunity, right? I think that is, how do you, because sometimes we kind of generalize. We look at the East African community as 5 countries, and we think having presence in one of those markets gives you presence in all 5. Theoretically, it does. Practically, it doesn't. So,
what's the breakdown in terms of your business? So, country by country, sort of, is there, I assume there's 1 or 2 countries that make up the majority of it, or no?
No, luckily no. I mean, it's very spread. So we're 22 countries today. Core businesses, real estate and hospitality, technology, and banking. So we're quite diverse.
But I'm saying in terms of country, Rwanda represents what percentage versus Tanzania versus?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, we're very spread between West Africa, East Africa, and Southern Africa. Nigeria is obviously a big market for us. The East African community as a bloc is a big market for us. But otherwise, we're very, very spread. So it's no one particular market accounts to a majority. I mean, the largest country where we have exposure is probably Nigeria, and the largest region where we have exposure is probably the East African community. Ebola virus is a very serious issue. I mean, the Ebola virus that we had in Uganda was very different. It wasn't as fatal as the one we've got now. I think it is a serious concern. However, it's, you know, it does get exaggerated as always. I mean, I've been traveling around West Africa, you know, over the last few weeks, and the governments are doing a great job. I mean, Nigeria is a great case in point. Senegal has been able to contain it very well. And I think the fact that they have the resources, they didn't need global agencies just flocking in and trying to help. They were actually able to do it for themselves, which is a great and huge achievement for our countries. Guinea, Sierra Leone, Liberia, obviously don't have the resources that Nigeria does. And therefore, when lots of international agencies come in and start working, it does become challenging. Obviously, everybody's coming with the right intent, but everybody's coming with their own method of working. I think there's a lot we can learn from this. You know, a better regional cohesion could have been a good strategy because of the fact that, you know, our borders are so free. But I think as a whole, I think our governments are doing a great job to try and contain this.